Hey guys, I'm back here with a video. Waiting on cars to leave, waiting on cars to come in, so I figured I'd start. I've been working on my personal car, so I figured I'd share this with you guys just to kind of give you an idea. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna shave the drip rails. It used to have stainless on them. As you can see here, that was the drip rail. I ground out all the seam sealer. I just got done cutting this off and I figured this would be a great video. So this was actually part of this for the stainless trim to fit on. So it had a channel there, okay? And what I'm gonna do is you gotta make some sheet metal, and since this is like a 90-degree edge, I'm gonna clean this up, and I'm actually gonna weld a piece from this edge here up to this ledge. So if you see it this way, so it's actually, I'll use this as a deal. It's actually gonna go like that. So to create an air gap in there, but once I get it all finished, it'll smooth it off. I basically ground it all out. This particular car, the drip rail, it's a two-piece, and I'm assuming they couldn't make it. So what I'll do is I'll cut this flange off, because you can see how it tucks in, and it actually screws in, but that's how it looked. So I'm gonna go to the other side that I started a while back and show you kind of what it's gonna look like when it's done. But a lot of people, I've seen some people put in like a piece of 3/8 rod in here and just weld it up, and your roof will go crazy. So basically what I do is I'm just putting sheet metal, and it takes time. You've got to weld it up here and down here, and I'll tack it on both sides, and then I'll weld here, and you just got to skip around for the heat transfer. But I'll show you the difference. So obviously this has a ledge, you could see it. It's in the gray color, and it had a little lip coming up for the stainless. So on this side of the car, I've already done it, and I figured I'd get with it. So this is the finished product. So there's no more drip rail, and like I said, it fits just like it did. This edge here used to go in, and it's all welded, metal finished, and ground. Obviously back here I haven't done anything because I got to melt this lead out, and I'll actually put a piece of sheet metal, and I'll make it to where it fits down inside there, and I'll weld that in too. Basically we just do away with the lead. It tends to, over time, it could spider web the paint and stuff. I mean, you could still use lead, don't get me wrong, but if you could do metal work like this and all the metal is finished, all I've got to do is prime and paint. So there's really no filler. But as you can see, the look I'm going for, the smoothed off, sleek look. So I'm going to eliminate this stainless here, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the windshield yet. It has stainless that goes in, and I might run a flush mount windshield like a modern car. So then I won't run any stainless on top around any of my windows, because all the glass windows are obviously just glass. I do have a piece of stainless that clips on to seal, but I might powder coat that black with the tinted windows, and it'll disappear. So it'll basically, when the windows are up, it'll look the same way that it is when the windows are down. The back window, I could also do the same thing if I go the route of doing a flush mount window. But I wanted to share this with you guys because it's turning out pretty good the way, and it almost reminds me of an old military war helmet. It just kind of falls off, and the window still sits underneath it. So I don't really know the whole purpose of the gutter. If the water is going to drip, it's going to drip. I think what it is when you open the door, you don't want this just running off on you if it's really raining. But these cars now are considered, you know, like a hot rod and stuff. You try not to get stuck in the rain, but if you do, you do, you know. And I still have to do some more welding down in here, but that'll all get finished up. But you guys could see the look. It's a lot better, I think. I mean, it just looks cleaner, sleeker. And then you go over to this side that I'm starting on, and obviously it's it's in the construction stage. So, and it's pretty time consuming. But like I said, you have to, the sheet metal that will weld in here, I have it mic'd, I made a template. So I think back here it's like 5/8 wide. Up here it gets a little narrower. But once I get it all welded in and ground down, this is now basically just an air channel. But the cool thing about it is it'll never rust because there's no oxygen in there. Once you weld it up and stuff like that, I mean, and in my lifetime, but it's all gonna be filled. So you guys stay tuned, and I should get this side whipped out, and I've got some other cool ideas that I wanna do on this car, but I think I'm going in the right direction with it. Some of you guys that think it's just, I should keep it all stock, that's kind of your deal. But me, I mean, I want subtle changes, but something that, you know, it's going to make people think. But this is where I said, you know, you've got to think outside the box. And I've got some ideas for this hood. I've been doing a little bit of metal work here and there just to get moving. But since I'm kind of at a standstill, this thing's not going to finish itself, like I always say. So you just got to dig in and start doing it. So stay tuned. I would show a video on doing it, but like right now it's just the cleaning process. I mean, I'm just cleaning the metal, getting the seam sealer out, so when I weld it doesn't, you know, contaminate anything. Clean that up, and then making my pieces, I'm just going to shear them on the shear to the desired measurement, and then I'm going to use obviously the shrinker stretcher, which you see here, and just shrink them to where it fits that roof line just like I did the other side. And I may have to sand and grind until it just fits perfect. And then once you do that, then you come in and tack it, and then you just keep moving. And then once from there, you start welding. But hope this kind of opens your guys' eyes to like little things. And this is what I said in way back when I first kind of started doing this. It's the subtle things that people don't realize that take so much time. So say when this car is done, if I was to debut it at a certain show or something like that, they would look at it and be like, oh, that's a 71 Satellite Roadrunner GTX. But they're gonna say something looks different, but we don't know. And it's gonna take time for them to figure stuff out like this, but you've gotta think outside the box, and it's so subtle, but at the same time, it's so dramatic. Because it takes the look away from the car, but it adds so much look to the car. So like just standing in front of it, looking at it, that's the way the roof line will look. Where before, the roof line, it came down and then it 90'd out, and then it came back and it had a piece of chrome trim that kind of protruded out past it. So you guys will definitely see a difference, but you're gonna have to look for it. And I have some other things I have up my sleeve that I'm gonna pull out on this car. So hope you guys like this video. Stay tuned. I'm gonna get some more, obviously, when some cars come in. And once I get to maybe making this to where it's somewhat there, I'll start tacking it and I'll do a video on that. And then I'll obviously weld it out, but it definitely takes a time. That's a lot of TIG welding to keep the roof from warping and going hooray on me. So hope you guys like it. Stay tuned, and if you're not a subscriber, click the link below, and I will start shooting some videos like this that just kind of opens your guys' eyes to customization in the auto world. There's so many different ways you can do it, but definitely thinking outside the box is the way to go. So hope you guys are all having a good day. It's raining here, so I'm still in the shop, and like I am always, and just trying to make headway with so many things going on and stuff. It's just the only way it's going to get done is put your head down and grind. So you guys be good, and I'll see you guys next round.